This review is brought to you by lynda.com. Well, here we are. It's almost spring, and you know what that means. Brand new games to play. And I had the honor of reviewing EA's most anticipated shooter of the first quarter. That doesn't rhyme with frightened ball. This is my review for Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Now, when Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare was first announced last year at E3, it left a lot of people scratching their heads. Why would a casual tower defense game get spun off into an online-only multiplayer third-person shooter? After playing it for hours, my answer is quite simply because it works, and it works great. First things first, I cannot praise this game enough for actually being a shooter that doesn't use the same old boring, muddy earth tone. I get it. You're a gritty shooter. Grit is dirty. War sucks. Everything looks like garbage. Not the case in Garden Warfare. PopCap's games have always celebrated the entire color spectrum, and as a result, Garden Warfare looks like someone ordered an immediate napalm airstrike of Skittles and blanketed the entire world in happiness and rainbows. That effortless sense of fun and happiness extends to both teams' character classes. The Plants have the pea shooter, which is basically a ranged shotgun, Sunflower, who is both the healer and mid-range machine gunner, the Chomper, who is the only close-range melee attacker of either team, and the Cactus, who has both the ability to snipe and call in garlic drones to perform airstrikes. The Zombies have the Scientist, who, like the Sunflower, heals, but also packs a shotgun. The Engineer, who, like the Cactus, also has a drone, but also a shotgun-like cement shooter. The Foot Soldier, who obviously is a machine gunner, and the All-Star, who is the Heavy. As you level up your character, they gain 3 unique special abilities, like short-range projectiles, the aforementioned drones, and sped-up hyper attacks. All are very PvZ, and like PvZ, they're cartoony and fun. But don't let the cartoony aesthetic fool you into thinking this is a casual my first shooter experience. The game is deceptively difficult and has an ever-evolving roster of weapon upgrades and character subclasses to unlock to keep players coming back via sticker packs, which can be purchased with in-game currency. As of now, these sticker packs are only purchased with currency earned by playing the game, not via microtransactions. I say as of now because that could always change in the future. The game has 4 different multiplayer modes: Gardens and Graveyards, Team Vanquish, Garden Ops, and Split Screen Co-op. Garden Ops is like Horde mode, pitting 4 plants against 10 waves of zombies and bosses. Scattered around the map are pots to house protective stationary plants like pea shooters, sunflowers, and bok choy, which will take out weaker zombies as they make their way towards your home base. I made the mistake of starting the game in this mode without leveling up my character's abilities, and promptly lost the battle after about a minute in the first round. However, leveling up and getting more plants to protect my garden didn't help much, as the game is relentless in sending in multiple gargantuan and disco zombie bosses round after round. Couple that with the added difficulty of a final extraction round where you have to safely run across the entire map and wait for Crazy Dave to land his flying Winnebago, all while every zombie type imaginable is attacking you from every side. The few times my team actually successfully completed Garden Ops were some of the most satisfying victories I experienced. Garden Ops is also available if, say, you don't want to play with strangers online and just want to play with one of your real friends in meat space via split screen co-op. However, even though there are less of you to fight off the waves of zombies, the difficulty is hardly ratcheted down. Gardens and Graveyards, on the other hand, is kind of like Conquest and Rush mode from Battlefield 4, where a team of zombies will try and take over 6 different gardens from the plants. And just like Garden Ops, empty potted plants and patches of dirt are available to spawn secondary plants or zombies. Once a garden is captured by neutralizing the plants and the zombies holding their position, the map opens up further, allowing the zombies to rush forward to the next capture point, culminating in a final battle where the zombies have to set off 6 different explosives in order to achieve victory. But Team Vanquish is where I think a lot of people will sink most of their time. It's classic team deathmatch where players race to kill 50 zombies or plants as fast as possible. It's fast, funny, and with the added character upgrades, make for a satisfying experience every single time. However, while I was playing, I kept wishing every player was equipped with a melee attack, instead of just the Chomper. Oftentimes, I'd be fighting someone and we would just be sitting in one position firing at each other as fast as possible to see who would die first. Whereas if we had a melee attack, the skirmish would be over in a couple of seconds. The reload times are painfully slow, and the time it takes from a death to a respawn is elongated by animation and kill cams. They're cute at first, but maddening in a heavy firefight. Also, the plant class has 3 gunners, whereas the zombies have 4. But those are small gripes in what was overall a very enjoyable and replayable experience. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare is a refreshing, colorful, and zany break from the cliched shooters of late, thankfully devoid of uninspired design and people shouting, "Ramirez, we need to get to Alpha Quadrant now!" It is deceptively difficult, has a sense of humor uniquely its own, and surprisingly requires the same amount of careful planning and persistence as the original tower defense game. Simply put, I had a blast playing and I can't wait to go back in for more. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare gets a 4 out of 5. And with that, let's take a moment to thank our sponsor, lynda.com. They're an online learning company with more than 77,000 video tutorials that teach software, creative, and business skills. You can learn anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace with courses in web design, 3D and animation, design, programming, and many, many more, with new courses being added every week. Membership starts at $25 per month, but you can try lynda.com for free for 7 days and support Rev3 Games by signing up at lynda.com/Rev3Games.